What's going on, y'all? It's Key Michelle here, and welcome back to my channel. So, you all, I have been thinking a lot about my early 20s. A lot about my early 20s. I'm in my late 20s now, and I find myself thinking a lot about my early 20s, especially since I'm in quarantine and I'm just thinking my life away. I'm thinking about everything. I'm thinking about my childhood. I'm thinking about every little detail, everything that's ever happened in my life. I swear I'm just thinking. But no, honestly, I've been thinking a lot about my early 20s and have really just been thinking about the things that I wish, you know, someone had told me. And I'm also thinking a lot about the lessons that I had learned in my early 20s. So I wanted to come through today and just share, my tips and my advice and the lessons that I learned for anybody that is currently in their early 20s or anybody that is in their late 20s, because of the fact that I know that that is a very confusing period. The 20s is confusing. No matter if you're in your early 20s, your mid 20s, or your late 20s, it's all confusing. But I would definitely say that the early 20s is definitely a confusing time. So I have some notes written down. So if you see me looking down a lot, it's just because of the fact that I have these notes to keep me on track. So let's dive into this, shall we? So number one, move out of your parents' house. So I know for some people in their early 20s that, money could be really low. You might be a broke college student, you might not be in college, and you might have a job, and you just might not have a lot of money right now to move out. And I understand that, I do. But my biggest advice to each and every one of you all is to definitely get a job and start saving money so that you can move out. If you're in college right now, I recommend moving out when you graduate college. I do not recommend going back home and living at home, because it definitely becomes a trap. It does. It definitely becomes a trap. Yes, a lot of people go home and they save money and they move out within a year or two. But when you're in college, there's definitely this sense of freedom and independence that you gain. And when you go back home, it can feel like you've lost that independence and that freedom, And I think the early 20s is just a great time to be on your own, to, fall if you fall, to get back up and to learn from everything, And if you are not in college right now and you have a job, great. Save up that money, start looking to where you want to move, and move out. Move out. Even if it's difficult, even if, money is low and you're thinking, how am I going to do this? You can do it. Move out, move out, move out. Because the longer you stay, the harder it will be to move out, because of the fact that you might get comfortable, or you might get a job in your city or state, and you just might be like, all right, I have this job, I don't want to move out yet, blah, blah, blah. Now you're 25, you thought about moving out when you were 22, but you got a job in your city and state, even though you wanted to move somewhere else. Move out when you had that idea in your early 20s. Don't wait any longer. And I mean it. Move out, move out, move out. Number two, travel. So this is big. The early 20s is a time for adventure. And I know, going back to number one, a lot of people feel like they don't have a lot of money to move out. A lot of people feel like they don't have a lot of money to travel. But there are ways that you can travel without having to spend a lot of money. There are a lot of ways that you can travel without spending a lot of money, you all. Go online, research this stuff. There's a lot of articles on Google. There's a lot of articles on Pinterest. And there's a lot of people even talking about it on YouTube. So you don't need a lot of money at all to travel. I can't stress that enough. I've done it plenty of times, and I've traveled to many places where I did not spend a lot of money. I went to London. I did not spend a lot of money on my travel. I spent a lot of money on shopping. I ain't gonna lie, I did. But I didn't spend a lot of money for my flight, nor did I spend a lot of money at the place that I stayed at. So there are ways that you can travel for less. And, just the early 20s, it's that time for you to really explore. It's that time for you to really see the world, see the world. If you're in college and you've been thinking about study abroad and your school provides that, study abroad. Study abroad. Go away for a semester to Italy. Go away for a semester to Australia. Go somewhere and study abroad. Those experiences that you gain are really going to transform your life, and you'll be able to look back on those experiences and be happy that you did them. So that's number 2. Number 3, learn how to let go. So this is huge too. Well, they're all huge, but I would say this one is big because this is one that is just really tough in every point of your 20s, the early 20s, the mid 20s, and even the late 20s. You really do have to learn how to let go in your 20s, especially when it comes to some people in your life that you thought were going to be there forever. Friends come and they go, and that's one thing you really learn in your 20s. Everybody is not going to be with you for the whole ride. Everybody isn't. You're going to lose a lot of friends. Some of the friends, they're just going to drift away. You all are going to drift apart. So it's not like it's always going to be bad blood at all. Just things happen, and people go on their own paths and walk along their own journeys, and it's okay, but it can be really tough in the early 20s when you're losing a lot of friends that you really loved and you cared for, and you thought you all were going to be with each other all throughout the whole 20s. And so that's definitely something to learn early on, that friends come and go, and you really need to learn how to let go. Not even just friends. Maybe you might be in a relationship and you might end up breaking up with that partner that you thought you were going to be with forever, right? Well, learn how to let go. Nothing lasts forever. And that is a big, big, big takeaway in the 20s. It really is. So learning how to let go. That's number 3. Number 4, create and pursue a hobby. So when I was in my early 20s, I was creating a lot. I was creating a lot in college. I was dancing. I was making up dances. I was hosting shows at my university. I loved just creating and getting involved in the organizations that I was a part of at my university. But when I graduated college, I had this idea that I was like, all right, I graduated college. It's really time for me to, adjust and get into that real world mindset. It's really time for me to focus on my career. It's really time for me to just push my creativity to the side and push my hobbies to the side and just really focus on my career path. And that was foolish because you have your whole life to pursue your career path. 1, 2, you're in your early 20s. A lot of people are not going to master and pursue their whole career path in their early 20s. That's not how it goes, and that's just such a key point of your life to really start to create and let your creative juices flow. You don't know where your creativity can take you. You don't know where your hobbies can take you. You might be on a career path, and then you might realize, wait, my creativity and my hobbies that I've always been into, those are the things that I really want to pursue. Why am I following society's timeline for me, and why am I not following my own timeline? So really, really create and jump into new hobbies if you don't have a hobby yet. Jump into things that you're really interested in. Really experiment. And if you're still confused with what you want to pursue in your life, that is okay. That is okay. I'm telling you, that is okay. Allow yourself to create and figure yourself out. Learn more about you in your early 20s. Learn more about you. So that is number 4. Number 5, save your money. Save your money. So if you just graduated college, or if you're not in college, get a job and save your money. Save your money. And I know that can be really difficult because you might have things you need to pay for. You might want to move out. You might want to travel, as I stated before, and I get that. But try to find a way to put some of the portion of that money away. Even if it's $20, even if it's $30, that will add up. So start saving your money, and not even necessarily just, saving it, getting into the habit of saving money is what's important. Building on that habit, is what is so important. So start to get into the habit of saving your money. All right, that is number 5. Number 6, everyone's journey is different. And that is something you really need to, realize in your early 20s. You might have some people that you've known that are mothers and fathers. And you're like, what? Y'all got kids? I'm too scared to do that right now. You might have some people that are in college and you're not in college. That's okay. You might have some people that are pursuing a career path that you're like, I never would have thought you would have pursued that. That is all right. That's their journey. It's not yours. You might have people that have moved across the country or even in other countries. And you're like, wait, what? I could never see you doing that. I could never see myself doing that. That's fine. It's not your journey. It's theirs. Everyone's journey is different. And you really start to see the divide. Everybody's going in just different lanes and different paths in the 20s, especially in the early 20s. So get comfortable with that. It's all right. Everyone's journey is different, and so is yours. Don't feel like everyone needs to walk on the same path as you. If you're into doing something and your friends are not that into it, it's fine. It's not their journey. It's not their path. It's not. So get that in your head. Everyone's journey is different. And once you start to realize that, you stop comparing yourself to others. I know we really live in a comparison world, especially with social media. But when you realize in your early 20s that everyone's journey is different, you stop comparing. Because you realize that, like, they're walking along their own path. That is not my path. I didn't come on this earth to do that. That is not what I'm supposed to be doing. So definitely realize that now. Everyone's journey is different. Number 7, learn life skills. So life skills that they don't teach us in school and that they should be teaching us in school, such as learning how to do your taxes. Learn that in your early 20s. If you don't know how to cook, learn how to cook. If you don't do your laundry, I'm putting things out. If you're not someone that has ever done your laundry, well, I'm sure if you're in college, you're doing your laundry now, but if you're still living at home and your parents are doing your laundry, your mom's doing your laundry, do your laundry. It's time for you to do your laundry. It's really time for you to learn life skills that you will need throughout your entire life. So that's a really important one as well. Number 8, start to love yourself and start to really embrace what makes you unique. This is huge. Start to love who you are early on in your 20s. And I know it can be really difficult for some people in their early 20s. That's a time where you really start to, criticize yourself for certain things. Like I said before, you start to compare yourself to other people that you don't know or that you do know. And I get it. That's all very, very normal. But start to really practice self-love. Self-love is something that this society loves to talk about, but we don't practice it enough. We don't. As a society, we do not practice self-love enough. So really practice self-love. Really start to look within and start to see what makes you unique. What are the things that you love about yourself? Embrace those things. Embrace them, you all, because when you get to your late 20s, you're gonna be proud of yourself for practicing self-love early on. And if there's things that you want to change about yourself, change them. If you're someone that's like, I really don't like my body. I don't like my weight. I wish I was slimmer. I want to lose weight. Make that a goal and lose the weight. When I was in my early 20s, I wasn't comfortable with my weight. I wanted to lose weight so badly. That was always a goal. I said, I really want to lose weight. I gained a lot of weight when I was in college, that freshman 15 and probably that sophomore 10. Okay, I was just eating and enjoying myself. But I also really wanted to lose weight. So When I was 23, I made that a goal. I said, you know what? Nah, I'm going to lose weight. I'm going to make this a goal. And I ended up losing over, I think it was 45 pounds. So if you want to lose weight, lose the weight. Lose the weight. If you want to change certain bad habits that you have, change those bad habits. But start your self-love journey early on in your 20s. Start it early on. If you're with a guy or you're with a girl that doesn't love you and isn't there for you, get away from that person. Get away from that person. Love you. Respect you. All right. Number 9, chase your dreams. Listen, we only have one life. If you know what your dreams are and you have dreams in your mind, chase your dreams in your early 20s. Don't listen to what anybody else has for you. Do what you want to do. Chase those dreams, you all. Chase those dreams. And if you don't know what your dreams are yet, it's fine. Tap into things that you love, your hobbies, and chase them. Just make yourself happy. You know what I mean? Do the things that make you happy. Do the things that make you happy. And number 10, realize you will never be that young again. So whatever you want to do in your early 20s, do it. Anything that I stated here on this list that you've been thinking about, do it. Because you will never be that young again. You will never be 20, 21, 22, 23, or 24 again. Again. So whatever you want to do in your early 20s, you all, do them. It doesn't matter what anybody else says. It doesn't matter what anybody is telling you. This is your life. It's your life. So take that into consideration. You will never be that young again, ever, in your life. So do what is best for you. And you all, I really hope that each and every one of you all found this video helpful. I really, really do. And as always, do not forget to like and share this video. But before I go, make sure to comment below and let me know how the early 20s has been for you so far. Let me know how this video supported you and what key point or advice you will be taking. And for anybody that is in their late 20s or in their 30s or even in their 40s or 50s, what advice do you have for people that are in their early 20s? What are things that you wish someone had told you that you would like to say to this audience right here? Really, really, really share your own wisdom and advice, because that's the only way we can make this feel like a community. And that's just me being straight up. So thank you so much for tuning in, you all, and I can't wait to see you at the next video. Bye now.